The blistering midday sun reflected off the glass towers as Mira Halvorsen wiped sweat from her brow and balanced a chipped tray on one hand, unaware that one small act of kindness was about to redraw the lines of her entire life. That afternoon did not look special. It looked like every other day she survived on worn shoes, tired smiles, and hope stretched thin. Yet fate had chosen this ordinary moment to collide two broken paths in a way neither could ever forget. Before the story unfolds further, if you believe kindness deserves second chances and quiet goodness still matters in this loud world, please like this video, comment your thoughts, share it with someone who needs hope, and subscribe to the channel Threads of Kindness for more stories that heal the heart. Mira worked as a waitress in a small daytime cafe near the city central square, a place filled with the hum of tourists and office workers rushing through lunch hours. She had moved to the city years ago with dreams that slowly eroded under rent notices, hospital bills for her aging mother, and long shifts that left her hands trembling by sunset. Still, Mira carried herself with quiet dignity, greeting strangers with warmth even when her own future felt uncertain. That afternoon, as the lunch crowd thinned, she noticed a man standing just outside the cafe, staring at a folded map with confusion etched across his face. The man, named Alaric Vaughan, looked nothing like the tourists who usually passed through. His clothes were simple, his hair slightly unkempt, and his eyes carried the exhaustion of someone who had walked too far without knowing where to stop. He had arrived in the city that morning after a long flight, choosing to travel without assistance or luxury, seeking distance from a life that had grown unbearably heavy despite its wealth. His phone battery had died, his hotel address was half remembered, and for the first time in decades, he felt invisible. Mira noticed his unease and stepped outside during her short break. She did not know his name, his bank balance, or the empire he controlled. She only saw a lost man under the harsh daylight, sweating and overwhelmed. She took the map from him, studied it carefully, and realized the hotel was several streets away, hidden behind construction barriers that confused even locals. Without hesitation, Mira decided to help. She returned inside briefly to inform her manager, then walked beside Alaric through busy streets, pointing out shortcuts and shaded paths, sharing small facts about the city that made the walk feel lighter. As they walked, Mira spoke about her life, not with bitterness, but with honesty. She shared how she worked double shifts, how she sent most of her earnings home, how she believed small kindnesses were the only currency that never lost value. Alaric listened in silence, struck by the sincerity in her voice. He had spent years surrounded by people who wanted something from him, yet here was someone giving freely without expecting anything in return. When they reached the hotel entrance, Mira smiled, wished him well, and turned to leave without asking for a tip, a reward, or even her name repeated. Alaric stood there, stunned by the simplicity of her generosity. He watched her walk back toward the cafe, disappearing into the crowd as though she were just another face in the city. But something inside him had shifted. Over the following days, Alaric could not forget her. The board meetings, the luxury suite, the financial reports all felt hollow compared to the memory of a tired waitress who had offered help without calculation. He quietly returned to the cafe, observing from a distance, watching how Mira treated every customer with the same patience and grace. He learned about her struggles, her mother's illness, and the quiet dreams she had buried under responsibility. What Mira did not know was that Alaric Vaughan was one of the world's wealthiest entrepreneurs, a man who had built fortunes but lost his sense of purpose along the way. Instead of revealing his identity immediately, he chose to act differently. Through anonymous arrangements, the cafe received funding to improve working conditions. Mira's mother was offered specialized medical care through a charitable foundation. Scholarships were created for workers like Mira who had once dreamed beyond survival. The day Alaric finally revealed himself, it was not with grand gestures or cameras. It was with gratitude. He thanked Mira for reminding him of the humanity he had misplaced along his climb to the top. He told her that her kindness, offered freely under the bright daytime sky, had saved him in ways money never could. Before this story ends, please comment just one word that represents what kindness means to you. Mira's life did not transform overnight into luxury, but it changed into something richer. She gained security, opportunity, and the knowledge that her goodness had rippled far beyond what she could see. And Alaric found redemption not through wealth, but through the reminder that even billionaires can be lost, and even the poorest hearts can lead the way home.